Following is an initial inspection of a Blackface Fender Bassman. The complaint was low power output and it would intermittently blow fuses after it made some loud popping noises. I immediately looked at the output tubes. You can see this one has been really hot. Put them on my tube checker. This is at 0% emissions and this one's at about 80. Looking at the tube sockets, yep, that's those Chinese ones that I've been warning you guys about. So those need to come out. Let's take a look underside. Alright, bottom side, you see the eyelet board has been recapped. If you look over here at those output tube sockets, you'll see we have one smoked 470 ohm screen resistor. It appears as though the 6 volt center tap has been disconnected from ground and some 100 ohm resistors have been added. I'll have to investigate that and see if there was a problem with the power transformer. Somebody also added a speaker select switch. Alright, first step, I need to remove these Chinese sockets. I'm going to replace them with these vintage Cinch sockets made in the USA in the 60s. To install these, I need to open the base up. So these have an inch mounting hole, whereas these are 1.125". The actual mounting screw holes line right up. So I'm going to open those up with a stepper bit and bring these new sockets in from underneath, wire them up. We're going to put in a new set of tubes and see if the amp comes to life. Alright, I dropped out those Chinese sockets, made a little discovery. If you look right here, you can see a burr around that edge of the hole. Somebody tried to open these up in the past. This one too. So I'm guessing that at one time somebody wanted to put in a decent set of sockets. So I'm going to continue with that task, get these opened up to where these guys will mount. It doesn't look like it's going to require too much drilling. Alright, here's a stepper bit that I'm going to use. This is a Greenlee and it has 2 cutting surfaces. The cheaper ones only have 1. You use those and I guarantee you that bit is going to fail before you get through the chassis. The outside diameter of the stepper bit is 1.15, which will clear the mounting holes I need for these bottom mount sockets. So it appears as though I simply have to kind of clean these up. You can see we're almost there. So I open those up to that 1.1. You see that the bottom mount sockets are going to go right in. I just need to clean up some of these burrs and we'll get them installed. Alright, there's the new Cinch sockets mounted from the bottom. Let's take a look underside. We're ready to wire them up. For the filaments, I'm going to land a terminal board so that we remove the high current off of the lamp. I'm going to swing that over here and then we'll feed the tube sockets. Alright, I have the 2 6L6 sockets wired up, ready to test. I installed a pair of Tech 6L6 tubes, fired up the amp, set the bias, and now I am monitoring it. I have white noise on both channels. It's looking good. Don't hear anything weird and there's no smoke. So at this point I believe that the tube and socket changeover was a huge success. Alright, the Bassman is now connected to a speaker and I have a looper for an input, monitoring the bias on one of the tubes. Go over to the normal channel. Got plenty of power, the bias is stable. This Bassman is good to go.